with some more shenanigans, as always. So today, I would like to make. I'm working on Ableton Live, and we're gonna be messing around with some operator. I've recently undergone the philosophy of not buying any more VSTs or any actual synths until I have mastered everything at my disposal right now currently, and I am just forever constantly through a never-ending mind-blowing spree in Ableton. And initially, let me pull up my screen here. I even got a new specific arrangement just for this, zoomed in on the effects rack. So I have messed with operator before initially when I got Ableton. I obviously didn't understand exactly how it worked when I first opened it, as obviously, you know, nobody knows what they're doing when they first open something. But it totally went over my head. I didn't realize how actually useful and cool it was. So I've been learning a ton about it, and I want to make some presets for it in order to just have some nice, easy stuff to just load up and go to town. So I'm going to be making some effects racks with operator, and once I have, you know, a few 10 voices or so, I'll put them up on my website for you to download. And yeah, so we're just going to get into some fun design here. So I'm a sucker for some good synth bass. So I want to design some synth basses. So we'll initially, let's choose an algorithm here. I'm going to run this algorithm. Big move out of the gate to choose an algorithm, I know, but also not really, because it's pretty important to understand what the heck you're doing. All right, so we're going to go up an octave on that one. We're going to go down on here. Let's go ahead and give these some juice. Juice it up. Okay, so let's get an envelope on this business. So what kind of bass am I making? I want kind of a wompy bass. Wampa-dompy. Let me turn this volume up. This is quiet. Okay, I know out of the gate I'm already going to want some distortion on here, so I'm going to come in here and turn on a hard shaper. Let's go ahead and put that drive up. There we go. Okay, so these are all independent, so I can adjust all these envelopes on their own, which is nice. So let's go ahead. So we got the fundamental, and then we got an octave down, which you'll see here on the spectrum chart, which my head's in the way of the spectrum chart, so you can't really see that. Let me just move myself. You better move yourself in the moment that you're blocking it. Look at that. I'm just going to fit nicely over there. Boop. I've teleported. Congratulations. Although I don't know how important it is for you to see the spectrum as much as I want to see you. I want you to make sure that you can see what I'm doing in the effects racks more than anything. The spectrum, I'm not even really referencing it too much. It's just there because it's fun. Alright, so this has got a bit of a sub bass thing going on. So let's mess with this. Attack. Have it sustain. Not as low. Gives it some of that. So this C oscillator is giving it some real nasty down low. If you don't if you're not listening on headphones or a good monitor system, you probably can't hear the sub bass too much, but it's there. Having a good time. Alright, this one, also set this, have it sustain. I wonder if I can assign this LFO destination. Well, I guess I can. Let's just turn the oscillator or the LFO on to B only. Turn it off on the rest here. Modulate the frequency. I don't really want to change. I wish I could change this because I can't. I don't think if I load an LFO onto here, I don't believe I can map to the parameters that are in these visuals here. So I don't think I can map to that. Oh, I can. Wow. Only I did it on the wrong. Oops, I fucked that up. I wanted to do it on this one, so let's go ahead and map this LFO to this sustain here. And then I want to not have it go so deep or so high. That sounded jacked. That's with that on, with it off. Let's have it not be so. What's our... If I need that on there. We'll turn this off for now. Let's get our sustain set back. I don't remember where I had it at before. Oh, I have to unmap it to do this. That's fine. We'll unmap. Okay. Just out of curiosity, what happens if I bump this whole octave up? Go back to the other one. Ah. Okay, and we're going to, let's, let's see, we can do some, I'm going to set, well, let me set this one to the filter frequency. That. I don't like that one bit. All right. Let's use this. We're going to use this here as another envelope. We're not going to use it as a pitch envelope. We're just going to use it as a good old-fashioned LFO. So let's get an attack going, and we're going to use this to control our frequency of our filter. Let's go ahead and set that now. Loop it. Let's actually go. Let's go by beat. We'll go. Let's go way up on that attack. Let's bring it to, let's go 200. And then let's go to the peak. Let's bring our peak higher and lower here. Oops, wrong one. Let's go sustain. It's not working like I... There's actually another way. Let me open up these other... So I've designed... Go to sound faves. Oops, not sound faves, plugin faves. What am I doing? I've designed some LFO presets here. So we're going to go ahead and load one of those up. Got this little LFO filter here. Let's go to something faster. Let's see, I guess I gotta turn it up here. What are we on? We're on opener. Let's go to rising. If we slow this rate down a lot. Getting close on our first little preset here. Ooh, that gets kind of wild at the end. What's causing that? Got something evolving late in here. It's kind of a janky. What is this one controlling? Just got it on B. Just turn that off on there. I like using these other LFOs better personally. Just a little more control. And then this one is over all of them. I'm just curious if we turn this onto white noise. I'm just... Yeah, it's about what I thought was going to happen. Just get a little... I guess don't need this full effect rack anymore because this is actually going to be a separate let's go ahead and ungroup that and it should retain. Yeah. And let's go ahead and throw this in an instrument rack because I already know I'm going to want some it's going to delete operator. It will. Shit. I need to do it this way. Group. There we go. I already know I'm going to want some macro controls in here, specifically like that rate. So we're just going to go ahead and map that rate out of the gate, even though I might move these around a little bit. Actually, just out of curiosity. Oh, so I can't map those ones. That's weird. I couldn't map. There was something I couldn't map the other day that I thought was strange. Oh, it's these guys I can't map in my LFO. Yeah, that's fine. All right, you can't even see that. Wienertown. All right. Let me maybe move this. Oh, whatever. It is. Oh, yeah, I will move this a little bit. Let me go ahead and grab my desktop here. Let me just move this to the sides just so you can see things a smooch better. Just a smooch. Smooch and a pooch. Lock that. All right. I need the spectrum. Let's just go ahead and toss that. Noise gets a little too muddy. Let's go ahead and mess with our envelope on that white noise. Pretty unnecessary. I don't even think we need it. All right. Now let's add. Let's go ahead and add a vinyl distortion on here. I should probably figure out which plugins are in Suite and which are not, because I'll probably make one pack that works for Suite and one that is just for everything else. It's not vinyl distortion before and after. So this is I got vinyl distortion on here. Let me just scoot over a little bit so you can see it better. Let's turn that off. Just using it for that widening mod. I'm widening just the higher frequencies, just to keep the lows center. I already want the rate to be a little slower. Granted, it's tempo assigned. I could slow my tempo. Let me actually do that. Let's go to 87. Let's round that out. I don't like these fucking 87.35 tempos. Let's go ahead and go to 88. All right. Mess with the offset here a little bit. I should, man, you can't really see that very well, can you? I'm trying to make sure you can see everything, but it's sort of tricksy. Why is that not? That's weird. Okay, let me do it this way. That makes me have to work smaller, but at least you can see what I'm doing. Actually remove this for now because I hate having to go back here to edit it. Remove mapping. Rather just stay here and edit it. Let's see what we got. Oh, I need to throw this on a mono also, which is actually going to change my sound a little bit. I didn't change it too much. Sometimes it does it quite a bit. Let me see something here with an envelope. Let's go ahead and add a new envelope. Shoop-a-doop-a-doop. Wait a minute, where's just the regular? I thought there was an envelope I could just add. It's not this. Let me map this. I'm trying something real weird. Let me map my rate to this. I can't move this closer because it's a MIDI. Let me make my screen big again. Sorry, you're not gonna be able to see everything here for a sec. Bear with me. Bear. All right. Let me see what this is now. .3/16, so it needs to come up just a scoosh. Want to end at a quarter. All right, there it's at a quarter. Now I want it to actually. Oops. Let's see here. I want it to phase up to this. Oh, let me invert this. Let me try this. Getting really weird with this design. What happens if we loop this? Getting all kinds of weird right now. I'm thinking having my screen blown up as big as it is actually turning into a disadvantageous situation. Let me mess with it again. Let me duplicate it. Hope I don't mess up. I hope I don't freeze my computer while I'm doing this. I would think that there would be a Oh, can I not do this while I'm streaming? Let's do this. So we'll move this here. We're just gonna have 2 desktops here. But sorry, I know this is probably really wild right now, watching me do this. Okay, there's the end. I just want to do this so you can see the full chain better. And then let me move this one over here. There we go. Now you can see my chain a little better. And then I suppose I could be a little selfless here and make myself a little smaller so you can see even better. Just tuck myself up there in the corner. Alright. That's these things I do for you. Okay, and then we'll move this down here. Let's go ahead and crop that up a little bit. Sorry, I didn't realize I was gonna be so invisible doing all this before. Okay, I can also turn off. I don't need to see the chain. Alright. Now you can see things a little better. Now as I scroll, it scrolls both of them. That's fun. Alright. So I want this envelope actually isn't going to work the way I want it to. Wait, but I am inverting it, which is gonna start it slower. Fuck that envelope. Fuck that. Just stop that. Stop it. And then we'll set this back to a half. I'm losing myself a little bit here. Let's not have this go as deep. See what else we got going on. So turns to a little bit of glide on. It's the hardest one we got. It's this one. Let's add. We're gonna experiment here. Let's change this higher one to a, let's go saw D. Let's change them all to saw D. There we go. Now it's getting fuller. All right. But why do I have two LFOs? Where'd the second LFO come from? It's not mapped to anything. We'll just go ahead and get rid of that one. Where'd you come from? All right, we're gonna go ahead now. Let's go some multi-band dynamics here. Actually, before I do this, go to saturator here. And we're going to add in some saturation. Boy, it's getting real fat now. I'm going to go to Wave Shaper, and let's actually let's make this bigger. Let us make this let me turn it down a little bit, because that was kind of a loud pop. Let's see, one of the linear. Let's map this to, oops, that's not what I want to map it to. What do I want to map it to here? I want to map it to, shoo-ba-doop boop boop. This guy, what am I looking for here? There's something there, that one. Let's go to that one. Let's map to curve. Wait, is that what I just messed with? No, wait a minute. Yes. Map. Curve. Why am I not? Oh, it's for some reason set at the same levels. All right. Let's go inverted. Let's go. That's really loud. So I want it to go deeper on this, so we'll increase the depth. But I don't want it to impact the filter as much, so we'll come back to our filter and we'll set these parameters a little differently, so that's not as sensitive. I am going to slow this rate down. Let's go to half. And I have this inverted. I'm actually going to invert it again. Let's go to 0 on here. Well, let's make it just a smaller in general. Let's go to 20, 28, and what happens if we also map that saturation knob? Let me do something here. Because if we're going to map the saturation knob, we're also going to need to map our output, because as our saturation gets louder, as that drive gets louder, our output's going to get louder. So let's go to 50%, which is no drive, and about 65. and then invert that here. Let's see the outputs. I guess 100 would be 0, so we need to invert this. So we're going to go to 90 on the low end for that. Well, actually, 53% would be almost off, so let's go to 97. 97. And then this guy, 65, so we're going to go to, so that's, we got a 12 jump there, so 97 minus 12, we're going to go 85 here. So now these should be offsetting, so those should work better. All right. I'm actually going to change this to a sine. Maybe try down. It's going to start hot and get... Smooth it out a bit. Maybe add some jitters. Now, let's see. You know, let's get wild. I'm going to speed this up. Let's make this frequency a little narrower. What happens if we map? We're experimenting here. Map our frequency on our final distortion. We turn the depth up, and to counteract that with these ones, we're just gonna narrow it a little smooch. 3. Well, we'll leave that one. That's fine. Oops. Sorry, I was trying to get cute. Let's go to key station 88 for this. And then this one machine. Okay, well, this is a good start. I'm getting a little tired of the sound though. So I am going to save this. Let's go OP. Let's go nasty basty. Okay, and now I can save that and come back to it later. OP nasty basty. Let's go ahead. New folder. Operator presets. Go ahead and throw OP Nasty Basty in there. All right. We'll come back to that one later. Let's go ahead and do a new track here. As a matter of fact, let me also change this one to key station. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead, new instrument rack. Well, we'll just start with an operator. We can group it later and get it on its own thing later. All right. So now I want to make a lead. Start with just some saw Ds here. We'll start only with, let's just start with 2 of these on it first. So let's turn this one up. And then we're just going to, let's go up an octave with this one. Let's actually go up to 5 to, oops, no wait. Let's go to 3, jack it up here to detune it a little bit. Okay, so I want to make, let's see, maybe, and this might change what I just did, but let's make something that's kind of, maybe something even plucky. Go ahead and just paint. Painty. Oh, let me change this to, let's go side by side. Let me do that. And then I'll actually come to this one. Then I'll actually copy from oscillator B. And then I'm actually going to reset this one to nothing for now. So we're kind of getting, because I'm just trying to make a whole pack here, I'm going to kind of roll with whatever sounds I start to create. So we're getting kind of a plucked sound. So let me add, let's see. So we got a high and a low there. Let me on this low one here, let me turn this one on, and I'm going to turn this one into white noise, and I'm going to go to the envelope. And we're just going to have this be just a real fast, snappy envelope. And so you can hear we're kind of getting a little snap sound, just sort of like an initial percussive sound. Okay. Boy, that's why it's so quiet. I forgot to turn the volume knob on the operator. I'm like, why is this so much quieter? It's probably not going to be much. See, let me turn the sustain actually. Turn the sustain off. Because I want this one to be just a pluck. Okay, we turn this one back on. And then this one will turn the sustain off as well. I don't like that high. Let's actually... see. I want this one to have a little bit more of a decay, I guess. A spider or an ant? If it's a spider, you live. If you're an ant, you're out of here. But I can't tell. I can't see in this light. Oh, this is a spider. Oh, sorry. Where'd he go? Whatever. Enjoy yourself, little friend. Have a whirl at it. Obviously not really terrified of spiders, as you can tell by the fact that there was one 3 inches from my face and I didn't really react. I was just curious if it was an ant or a spider. I keep getting ants in our house. I am an active practicer of spider karma, though, so I like those guys to live. Plus, they kill all the other bugs, so more spiders we have, less ants we have. I thought I kept seeing something, like a corner of my eye moving. I'm like, what do I keep seeing? I thought it was like my hair or something, but it's just a spider that's just been like spinning around my microphone. Okay, so we have an initial little pluck sound here. I'm going to open up some EQing on this. And we're just going to chop off. We're just going to chop off some of these highs because it gets a little shrill really fast. And we also really don't need to have any sort of extreme low end here, so. Let me just actually add an auto filter onto this. Come on. Keyboard. And already I'm going to want some I was going to wait a little longer before I added reverbs and stuff, but here we are. The tits. Cannot spell convolution, apparently. Alright, that's intense. Let's go something way smaller here. Oops, let's go to type. Let's go with, let's just experiment. Let's do some springy. Hey, wait, why is this sustaining? Oh, I have the decay at 9 seconds. Pfft, silly. Alright, let's turn that back on. Got some little, like, almost like hip-hop plucks there now. I still think there's a little too much highs in there. Let's go ahead. It's almost like a Run the Jewels riff. I don't remember what song it is, but it just sounds like a Run the Jewels thing. It's a thing. That's not what I was going for, but that's just what that riff sounded like. Here we go. see what other kind of springy sounds we got. I'm not sold on this one. How many are in here? Quite a bit. Whoa. I like this one. Or I like this one. Where'd my mousey mouse go? There it is. Alright, so let's go ahead. Group these beezies. I'm just going to put them in their own stack here. Racks on racks. Let's go ahead and pop that out. We're going to name this one OP. We'll just call it Hip Hop Plucks for now. And then one thing I'm going to do with these is I will come through and add variations because I would like to hear one with like with these sustains opened up, like so. Actually, that alone just sounds... Oh, it's too low. It was just the reverb we're hearing. Clowning. I could be using this little pad too. Ha! If only I hadn't set it on key station 88 only. Let's go ahead and actually do this. We'll turn on note mode. Let's go ahead and put it on. We've been playing in C minor a lot. We'll just keep on keeping on. You know what? I'm actually tired of hearing C minor. Since I'm using this thing, let's just go ahead. Let's just go to F major. Alright, that's good for that one for now. Let's go ahead and also save that bad boy. OP Hip Hop Plucks. Let's just throw that into our operator presets. Let's move on to the next one. Just keep it coming. Just keep it coming. Alright, go ahead and cue that with an operator. Operator. Operator, please. Alright. All right, just clowning around. Okay, I was gonna make that one a lead, but it became plucks instead. But I would still like a lead, so let's go ahead. Let's get our saw waves set up again. Actually, let's go to, I think it was on us. We'll do a square D. Square D there. Let's set our algorithm again to that one, and then we'll go to C. This operator is so fucking cool, and I didn't realize how cool it was until very recently. But if you haven't already messed with it a bunch, you should, because it's so dope. There's actually a great, if you want to learn how to use operator, there's this great video to watch. There's a few of them. It's this guy, he's got a series. I forget his name. Operator. Ableton operator sound design. Hey, thanks for the subs, y'all. Coming in hot with the subby subs. So Seed to Stage, if you want to learn how to use operator, the Seed to Stage guy, he's got some great videos of using Operator. Oops. Seed to Stage. He's the one. He's got the jammy jams. Love the subs. Keep it coming. Thank you guys. Alright, anyway, let's get back to our lead designing. Okay, then let's see, because this is a lead, we'll do it like a doubler. Let's go ahead and put and then have this one also. Oh, I have it on a sine 4-bit, I see. We'll do this one. Let's try this one square, see what it sounds like. No, we'll do sine 4-bit. I have an idea. So let's go to our envelopes. So this first envelope, so we got a lead. So let's have it have a little bit of an attack. Let's bring that sustain down. Really quick attack. Let's go a little slower on that attack. Okay, and then we're going to add onto this one. I know I kind of did this in the last one. It seems like we're moving a lot of the same steps as the last one, but the envelopes will be very different, so. Oh man, we actually, okay, we need to change the envelope on this stat. Let's change that peak. Down. It's almost getting fluty vibes out of the gate, which isn't quite what we're going for, but again, we're just kind of rolling with it. And in this one, we're going to add white noise as well. But this envelope is going to be... that one's going to fade off right away. So let's crank that up. And with this one, we are just looking for this to basically be the sound of... Let's turn this one off. Okay, I'm glad I turned the other ones off because this is in need of some refinement here. Let's turn the sustain up. You can kind of hear that white noise, almost like a snare sound. That just gives us a bit of a sort of percussive sound as though it's being played on an instrument. Okay, it's getting there, but it doesn't sound nasty yet, and we want it to sound nasty. So let's go ahead and let's come over here to our filter, and let's set it on. Let's mess with our filter here. So let's gonna add shaper here. Let's add a hard. We want this to be, let me turn this down a little bit because it's gonna get loud. So we want this to be distorted. So let's go ahead and and because this is a lead, I don't think this is going to be played as a chord progression, although I suppose you could. Let's just go to one voice for now. And then because it is a lead, let's put on just a little bit of a glide here. Too much glide. have the decay at 46 seconds? There we go, now it's... Now you can hear that. Okay, I had that decay wrong. I can't believe I had a decay at 46 seconds the whole time. I was wondering why I couldn't hear the sine 4 very much. I'm like, I should be hearing some nasty sounds. Let's turn the release up, but turn the decay down. Come on, go to 1. Very touchy. Okay, getting a little there. Let's mess with the spread. It's actually kind of a good bass. It is so crucial to learn these things and like understand how these things work, because if you want to make your own sounds, it's just so much easier when you have a basic understanding of these things. So let's go ahead and get weird, because we are just experimenting. Let's add an amp, and because this is a lead, let's add a cabinet. Let's go 4x12. Let's turn this on a lead amp. Dry it wet down. Let's mess with the gain. I don't like that there's no release. Let me up the release a little bit. I don't like that it just cuts off. Strange. What is going on here? Do I have a... It's almost like... What is it like? You tell me, what is it like? Turn this release down. That one's pretty high. I had that one too high. All right, now we turn... All right, let's get a little bit more release in here. Let's go to 60 milliseconds each. All right, let's see without that amp again. Forgot to turn this one up in the first place. Although it doesn't matter. Running it through an amp, and that makes it very loud. Turn this down a smooch. This is intense. Let me turn auto filter on a little bit. Make it a little less intense there. Resolution down a smooge. Alright, let me get this cabinet going again. You know, I don't want the cabinet. Let's toss that. Then let's add a... oh man, it's a pedal. It's a pedal. It's a pedal. What is it? Oh man. I gotta go dig it out. Dang it. I am looking for... overdrive. That's what I was thinking of. Overdrive. Intensities. Still some there we go. Still some nasty high frequencies that were in there. And in fact, I'm just gonna, to get rid of some of that, just go ahead and add an EQ, and we'll just go ahead, right meow, and just cut some of those highs that way, and then doing that, we'll open our filter a little bit. Just go ahead and cut some lows. Oops, wrong way. Now, it wouldn't be true synth if we didn't have an LFO on something. So let's see what we can LFO here. I don't think there's too much on these effects here. I mean, obviously we can initially put an envelope on our auto filter, I guess. Make this fast. A little too crazy train. Let's turn it down the amount. Let's go a little less. Just enough to get a little tremolo in there. Sounds like I might need to get, I think it's one of these white noises needs a little more attack. Yeah, this one. Let me just get an LFO in here. There's something we're gonna wanna, you know what? Actually, what I should have done. Let's bring this baby in here. Multi-band dynamics. And then let's turn our what did I set this? Oh, it was an LF. What do I have on here? Oh, it's this guy that's doing that. We'll get a little phase going, maybe. And there is a bit going on already. Let's see. Put this LFO sooner here. Let me just map the drive real quick. Started it. Let's go. Start at 50. Let's go up. Let's also map it to the tone. Same thing, 48. Set some smoothness on that. I saw there. Man, that white noise really comes through with this compressor. Or actually, it's probably this guy. Nope, it's not that guy. It is the compressor. Nope, it's actually just really coming through in general now. What is doing it? Is it from, these must be boosting it. Oh, I see what's going on. Let me actually change this one. I forgot I had this sign forward. I was going to go for something else initially. Let's change that to a... Weird, getting some interesting... I already don't. I might just start over with this one. I don't like where this is going. I've totally just fucked this one up completely. Nobody says I had to commit to any of this. Let's go ahead and just fuck this stuff. Keep that auto filter there. And the EQ and the glue compressor. Just rethinking this operator. I'm just going to go ahead and refresh that. Well, you know what? I won't. There's already a bunch of work in here. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. You know, I had a really good vibe going into this, and I lost a lot of energy going in. So, it was that spider. It's that big scary spider. Alright, this alpha is killing me. Oh man, I am petering out. I did not have as much energy for this as I thought. One thing I did say I was going to do for gargoyles. I'm gonna open up a new set real quick. I told him I would record some vocals for him. Let's see, he wanted 130 beats per minute. So this guy, this producer, is just looking for some vocal samples. So I'm going to provide that for him. Let me see what he said. He said, slide into the DMs. He is looking for 130 beats per minute. No preferred key. Okay. So, set up for 130 beats per minute. No key, so I'm just going to pick a key. Well, I need to figure out what I'm going to sing for him. I don't know how much he's looking for. Gargoyle and Substory, I don't know how much you're looking for this. Let me just go ahead. The things we cannot say, the unexpected joy of the ordinary. Alright, I guess I should just add some effects. I don't know if he wanted effects or not, but I wanted to just add a little couple here. Shut up. Shut up. Okay, I guess we'll just do it and see. Way less speed on this auto-tune. I'm using, or sorry, not auto-tune, Waves 2 real time. How dare I? Whoa, ho, 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 jump it down and down, oh, ho, hey, up it down and down, and yada. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I'm just gonna press record, and I'm just gonna send him everything I did and let him chop it up. Chop it up. Let's go ahead and do that. Where's my pedal? Shadow bum bum set bottom but down bum shadow bum bottom 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 down bottom bum bottom bum Shadum bum bum ba da dum bum ba dum bum ba ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da da ba da da ba ya dum ba da bum ba dum ba da dum. Those aren't really lyrics, it's more of a melody. All right, let's see. Gonna sing about something kind of random. Don't have any ideas, don't know it's a tandem. I don't know what to give him. I don't know. Sorry, Gargoyles. I know you wanted lyrics. I just have no idea what to do. Let's do this. We're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna show my screen so you know I'm not cheating as I'm doing this. Let's go to random word generator. I'm just going to generate random words and try to make a song out of it. Let's go 10 random words. Word type. Let's keep it all. First letter, last letter, syllables. Let's do syllables equals 2. Generate random words. It's so weird. Oh my gosh, an ad. No, blah blah blah. You can't hear it.
She's serving now. We also made
Good
USAA
again.
for military
No,
spouses and
what?
their kids. Become a member.
What
Get an
is
insurance
going
quote
on?
today.
Stop.
All 100%.
Oh my gosh. I don't need any of this. Goodness, I'm gonna get DMCA'd now because of that. Great.
Bands
No, stop
music
playing.
musicians
Oh
built a
my
stunning
freaking
website.
goodness. Jesus. Try me again, ad. Where was I? I don't know what to... Oh my freaking goodness. It's another ad. I'm out. I am out. That just made me want to rage quit. Bye, everybody. It's been real.